So I finally got my hands on a Zowie EC2-A. Very plain packaging, and I'm totally okay with that. So here's a quick unboxing. So very plain, nice and easy, nothing complicated. Inside you get a set of replacement mouse feet and a sticker and just the manual. So you notice that it's currently set on red LED on the mouse wheel. That is actually to do with the DPI. Just reading the manual now, so it's on 400 DPI. If I go to 800, it should be purple. If I go to 1600, it'll be blue. And if I go to 3200, it will be green. There are ways to change the settings on this mouse just by holding in various buttons. So if you held in button 4 and plugged it in, you would set it at 1000 Hz, but that's default polling rate. If you use button 5, then you would be setting it at 500 Hz, and if you hold in both, it'll be 125 Hz. Here's a quick look at the shape. Two side buttons, nothing on the other side. Very plain, ordinary mouse. Only the scroll wheel lights up. I call this a medium-sized mouse mainly because of the base. It actually feels in between, say, the G302 and Razer Death Adder. When it comes to grip, if you want a palm grip, you have plenty of room for your thumb. And on the other side, it's a very safe shape, so you got plenty of room for your fingers there too. If you want a claw grip, you can. And also fingertip. I think this mouse suits all styles, it really depends on the size of your hand. Mine is 18.5 centimeters, so this fits very comfortably in mine. It's not the best looking mouse. This seems to be focusing more on functionality, which is good. I like the practical aspect of it. However, I like my desk looking cool these days, so I would like if they actually maybe gave it a bit of flair. The button clicks are very nice. A bit on the loud side, but not too bad. The only problem that I have with these buttons is the side ones. They just feel like they're going to break, just like the early Death Adders. So I don't like those, and I hope they do something a bit different, maybe flatter and not so much click in. The trick I used for the Death Adder is I just sort of had my thumb halfway down and only clicked in a little bit, because I think if you click full force in, right on the button, especially while playing, that will eventually break it. I can't say for sure, it's just my experience with Death Adders, so be wary of that. Now the important part, can I aim? And the answer is yes, actually. As soon as I started using this mouse, I was able to aim extremely well with it. And I was quite surprised by that, because usually it takes a few days to warm up to it. But if you watch these movements, it all looks good. Actually watch this shot. Mid-air rocket, hit, and somehow rail him. Now let's play that back so you can see how ridiculous that shot actually was. So first, rocket jump around. As he's in the air, I'm going to flick the mouse ahead of him, because I need to obviously lead to actually get him in the air with the rocket. It does have travel time. So direct hit in the air, hit him again as it gets knocked off, zoom in so I can get a close shot on him. Now you see my aim is actually here, that's the crosshair. He's below the edge now, so I can no longer see him, and look what my crosshair is, still over here. So 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame, still out of sight, 4 frame, 5 frame, 6. As you can see, there's no ledge, so he wasn't jumping up again, he was falling all the way down. And I just find that I'm doing a lot of these shots and my aim is just so consistent and so accurate ever since using this mouse.
And 10, 3,
watch this round for instance.
1.
Start, everyone's there, rail 1, 2, 3 and 4, that was a double hit, 5, going to chase him down, 6, and 7, and 8, I'm going to miss this one unfortunately, otherwise it would have been 9. I'm going to jump up, so rail's been doing well. I'm going to lightning gun them. As you can see, very little damage on me, but plenty of damage on them. And that person missed me, so I'm going to chase them, get out the rail again, boom. Unfortunately missed that shot, he tricked me, and I don't know how I missed that one. Feels like a solid mouse. No rattle involved. Tapping it isn't an issue, still again no rattle. The mouse wheel feels good. It's a little clicky for my taste, but it still feels good, so I'm not going to complain. And overall, the quality just feels solid. Like when you compare this to say Razer mice, which feel very flimsy, This one actually has a solid feel to it, and I'd say that's to do with the actual materials I've used. So the materials feel like they're high quality. The problem I have is maybe the textures. I definitely prefer the powdery rubber of the Rapoo V300, although these do feel like they're high quality still, so I'm not too sure yet. I guess I'll know in time, maybe a few months, but for now I think maybe a bit more texture would be a good thing. Again, because of its safe shape, it is well balanced. Front, back, width, it all just feels very solid and good. And the size, because it's between most of the major mice, I think it's a really good addition to the market. This actually just feels good in the hand. I think I'd like to use more mice this size because the other ones might be a bit too small and say the Death Adders might be a bit too big. So for me, this might actually be the best size. And one thing about the materials, they seem to be picking up a lot of the oils I guess on my hand. You can see like it's dark up the front there and then a bit lighter here where I've actually touched. Same thing on the bottom. Not a problem if it's just a looks, but it is something that I noticed. As for the feet, they actually look like they're wearing down already. I don't know if that's an illusion or just how it is, but I've only had this mouse for 3 days now, and I wouldn't expect that much wear and tear already. I'm going to monitor it over the next few months and see what happens. They do give a replacement set of feet. I've only used it on this Goliathus pad, so really nothing that should be wearing the feet out, but check back for updates. I'll let you know if there is a problem or not. So far I can't feel any problem, it's just how it looks. It does have a DPI switch, but it is on the bottom of the mouse, which means you can't change it during game. I don't understand the logic of that. They should definitely put it up here somewhere, on the top. The cable is just a standard rubber, but it feels quite soft and maneuverable, so I'm a big fan of this. It hasn't got in my way at all, it just seems to do what I want it to do, so I'm happy with that for now. And if you have a problem with clicking against the monitor stand like me, here's a little trick you can do. Just lift the mouse pad up a little bit, it shouldn't affect your aim at all. And now, no problem. That's also why you want big mouse pads, so you can actually do that. Alright, let's go for the flick test now. And we'll just do some 180s. Or close to anyway. And yeah, it's perfect. Now some rocket jumps. And of course it is perfect. Now let's see if I can throw it as fast as I can across the pad and see if it spins out or not. The answer is clearly no. I don't think this is the snappiest sensor I've ever used. That is probably the Death Adder Chroma. But it feels very responsive even at 3200 dpi. So no complaints from me there. Fully zoomed in, so if you're a hardcore sniper, this mouse tracks beautifully at 3200 dpi. Every movement is quite smooth. For the straight line test, it performs just as well as you'd expect. I think I've fluked these Razer Mamba straight lines. I mean, they're just ridiculously straight. I haven't been able to recreate those. So the Zowie has a good performance, no issues with drawing a straight line. Any movement that you see is pretty much just my hand and human error. Price wise, this is an expensive mouse. However, when you factor in the quality of the materials and the product that you're getting, it's actually kind of worth it. So I've been pretty happy with Zowie so far. I might actually try their other mice now. They just need a bit more flair so they can compete with Logitech and Razer in terms of good looking mice. Just a final note, I'm not affiliated with Zowie at all. I've heard some people are actually not trusting Zowie reviews. Not my reviews in particular or anything, just in general, and apparently a lot of people are saying good things about these mice. And now that I've tried one, I can see why. They are a solid build and, well, it's helped my aim a lot, so I have to give it praise. But this is a serious gamer's mouse, probably not for casuals. So if you are just having a bit of a laugh, messing around and you want a cooler looking mouse with extra features, this isn't for you. However, if you want to improve your game in first-person shooters, I think it is for you. So thanks for watching, please subscribe, it does help support the channel. Also use the affiliate links for Amazon in the description, that'll also support the channel. And hit the like button and tell your friends because that'll help it come up in search results more. Any questions or comments, please leave them below, I will get back to you as soon as possible. But otherwise, I'll catch you in the next video.